So here we are at the David Zwirner Gallery for Neo Rauch's new exhibition, Hallstatten, which is German for healing places.
Neo Rauch is the stalwart leader of what is known as the New Leipzig School, which relates to the life and climate in reunified Germany. He was born in East Germany, and his work is said to reflect the values of socialist realism, which was a style of art developed in the Soviet Union that glorifies the roles of the meek and the working class and their struggle for emancipation.
That's right, although it's important to note that Rauch disagrees with his work being associated with socialist realism.
That's true, and it's interesting that Rauch also has said that he really doesn't care about making any meaning to his work. He said, "There is no need to understand, only to feel that this creature is, to the greatest possible degree, at peace with itself. As soon as I have the feeling that the thing has blood circulating through it, a nervous system, a skeleton, then questions as to the message become completely marginal."
As we look to the main piece, we'll be focusing on Fundgrube, which means treasure trove. We see a lot of elements that are common in Rauch's work, such as human figures engaged in manual labor, working against backgrounds of bland architecture or industrial settings.
Yeah, Neo Rauch's work is also characterized by a combination of realism and surrealist abstraction. He often uses intense colors and sort of pop art and comic book imagery. There are always human figures, although they seem to be still lives, and there is a dreamlike atmosphere in his work, which is evident in this painting.
So it's apparent that this work is a diptych, and on one side we see people that appear to be from the past because of their clothing, and then on the other side there are men in more modern apparel. But our eyes immediately go to those abstract, monstrous-looking monochrome forms in the foreground. They appear to be symbolic of falcons, which Rauch includes in many of his pieces in this exhibition.
Yes, and it's interesting that he would choose the falcon because it's a symbol of freedom and liberty and victory. Rauch said himself that he loved state's transition, and perhaps here in this diptych, he is showing people from different time periods digging for or working for their freedom and liberty. And now it is rising up, just as those metallic figures in Fundgrube are emerging from the ground.
And on the right side, they're clearly joyous and are celebrating their new victory and freedoms, while on the left side, they're more composed and rigid and unfeeling at their apparent smaller victory. The left side of the diptych seems to be focusing more on the struggles and labors of the working class, while the right side focuses on the happy times, as we can see by the fact that they're playing games, after the emancipation of the worker and installation of socialism.
Additionally, in this entire exhibition, there is really a focus on feminism and women empowerment that is something new for Rauch.
Yes, castration anxiety is a common theme in Rauch's work, but he never really utilized the empowerment of females to portray it. He usually would just make more compromised or weak male figures. So one would question, really, what is the connection between this dominant woman falconer and his idea of healing places for this exhibition?
Well, I just think that he has a bird fetish.